Let's break down the math on why a 20% down payment isn't always the best option. For this example, let's use a $400,000 house and a 6% interest rate. Now we're going to have two different routes. We're going to have a 20% route and we're going to have a 5% route. And let's look at the numbers for each. For 20%, our down payment is going to be $80,000, which would make our loan amount $320,000. At a 6% interest rate, that loan amount will give us a principal and interest of $1,918 a month. Let's say taxes and insurance are around $700. If we add these two things together, that will give us a total mortgage of $2,618 a month. And because you put 20% down, you do not have to pay mortgage insurance. Now let's go the 5% route. Our down payment is going to be $20,000, which would make our loan amount $380,000. At $380,000 at a 6% rate, that principal and interest is going to be $2,278. We'll do the same taxes and insurance at $700. But now we're going to have mortgage insurance because we only put 5% down. And let's call that $150 more. If we add all three of these things together, that is going to give us a total mortgage payment of $3,128 a month. Now, if we do the math here between our high mortgage payment and our low mortgage payment, that is going to give us a difference of $510 that you are saving by putting 20% down. But this is where it gets interesting and why we run the math. Let's take this down payment of $80,000 and subtract $20,000 from it, which is a $60,000 difference. Now we're going to divide that $510 difference in payment, and it's actually going to come out to 118 months of payments just to get that 60 grand back. In other words, that is 9.8 years. Almost 10 years just to earn back that extra cash through lower payments. Now, every buyer is different, and one person's pro could also be another person's con. It's kind of just up to the buyer. So I put down a list here of pros and cons of when you want to do 20% and when you want to do 5%. And it just kind of comes up to what you want to do as the buyer for yourself, whether you value liquidity more, flexibility, a lower payment, paying less interest over time, anything like that. If you want an easy guide to follow on how to buy your first house this year, comment roadmap and I'll send it to you.